game day for the Broncos, and it should be a fun one. It should always be fun when you play the Raiders. That's not a very good football team. Unfortunately, it was a little close last time, but we've got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to get started here in a couple minutes. This is the DNVR Broncos pregame show presented by our friends over at Coors Light. We are live in the Toyota Lounge. I'm Henry Chisholm, joined by RK, Super Bowl 50 champion, Bennie Fowler. What an incredible day. Just being able to sit all morning and watch these football games. It feels like we've hit the good part of the NFL season.
The NFL does a great job. I think the first 6 weeks are always great. Then I think there's a little lull in terms of schedule, and then just based off of matchups and things that we saw today and the football we're seeing today and the football for the next 4 weeks, it's really exciting times and really looking forward to see how these boys finish the next month of the season going into the playoffs. It's good to just know that you can clinch your playoff spot today.
Right. I mean, it's just so fun. Like, every game matters. Like, I've been locked into this Ravens-Steelers game, which, you know, a few weeks ago, you're like, Steelers, whatever. But now you're like, oh, this could be what decides the division. Which of these teams goes to the playoffs? Like, you got Joe Burrow trying to beat Josh Allen to stay alive in the snow in Buffalo. Like, just everywhere.
Are they out of it? Is Cincinnati out of it?
No.
They could.
Yeah.
They could.
That's probably their best path.
Probably, because if they win out, then they need another team. Like, they need to get in at 9-8, which is pretty rare, but now that they're 7 teams, a little less rare.
Yeah.
But it's big for the Bills, at least, going down to 8-5. It's just, every game just has so much that matters, and that includes the game for the Broncos, of course, because if the Broncos win today, they will have the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Patriots. That'll be locked up. Now, if they wind up in a 3-way tie, you know, if they wind up tied with, let's just say, I guess it'd have to probably be the Patriots and the Jags, you would think. That's the only team that could probably catch them. In that case, it doesn't just go straight to the Broncos, of course, but still getting that tiebreaker against the Patriots is huge.
I think the Broncos are about to get the 1 seed. I think
so, too.
I think it's there. I think, just based off of the way things are playing out, it's one of the best things about the NFL and why I love the NFL so much is because the games aren't played on paper. Nobody had the Broncos looking like this or as the number 1 seed to begin the season, and now these guys have all the momentum going forward.
Right.
Them and New England going to go back and forth, but I think Sean and the way that he's getting ready to call these plays for the next 4 weeks and the way that he's getting ready to go about his business is just going to permeate through the team, and the team is about to they're about to take that, and in RK's words, they're going to go. Bo is going to go to that next tier, and so is the team.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, they're definitely getting the 1 seed, and it starts today. Another thing I love about the NFL is just how it seems like at this time of year, every game has something.
Yep.
And it should feel like this game doesn't mean that much, considering 2 teams are so far apart. But because of that 2-way tiebreaker the Broncos can clinch over the Patriots, this is a massive game for them. And you just know that Sean Payton is going to have them ready because of that. And that's something that I love about Sean Payton is he talked about it this week a little bit, like being maniacal about the details.
Right.
He is so maniacal about it. I think he said kind of. No. He's far beyond kind of. But because of that, nothing slips by him. Like, he knows the meaning of everything. He knows what button he needs to press with his team. And I guarantee you, one of the things he said to them this week is, hey, everyone used the last time you played this team as a reason to say why you're frauds.
Right.
So it's time to go prove that was a fluke, not you.
Right. It's fun just talking to guys in the locker room, too. It's like a couple of them we asked, are you scoreboard watching? Like, are you watching what's happening in the rest of the games? Generally, like, pretty much everybody just said no. And like Nick Benito said, why would we? If we just win, then we're the number 1 seed. Like, you don't really have to watch all that much. When
it's true.
Just like, you just go win. It's all in your control. You're not sitting there saying,
scoreboard
like,
watching.
You get home tonight.
Very much a Patrick Smythe. They coach us to say that.
The GOAT.
But you're definitely scoreboard watching. I remember just being in the locker room at my rookie year and my second year, just looking at the games. I mean, how do we think we ratcheted up against the Chargers in that last game of the season, but we saw the scoreboard in the locker room. We were watching that game before with the Patriots, and we watched them lose, and then it was like, all right, Brock wasn't playing well. Let's put Peyton in, number 1 seed.
What's the big storyline today?
I think I just touched on it a little bit. The big storyline is that the Broncos, 1, have a chance to clinch a 2-way tiebreaker, and 2, have a chance to avenge whatever the hell it was the last time they went up against the Raiders. There's no flukiness tonight. Like, that was Thursday Night Football. It was super windy. That was something that didn't get talked about a lot in the post-game nationally. This time, it's a normal Sunday, your 2 o'clock start that you're used to. It's in a dome. Obviously, it's on the road, but as we know, in Vegas, that'll be a home game for the Broncos.
Right.
So this, to me, is about just putting that one away.
I'd say mine would be just touching on what Sean talked about during the week, which RK just brought up, is the details.
Yep.
To me, this is a detailed type of game. This is what I believe championship teams, they don't play with their food. You know, season's winding down. I expect and I want to see the offense 7 points per quarter. I want to see a consistent game of moving the ball, executing on third downs, and doing what you're supposed to. I believe the defense will, I'm not going to say shut the Raiders out, but they will be giving Geno Smith and that offense hell. But I want to see consistency out of the play calling of Sean, Bo, and Evan Ingram continuing to be a focal point in this offense. But the details, alignment, assignment, are the receivers making the adjustments? And then, Hank, what you also talked about, running the ball.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the one for me. Again, there's so much going on big picture. It's like, can you just win your 10th straight game? Like, that's a huge storyline in itself. It's a game against the Raiders, which you always like to win those. There's all the things going on for the playoff seeding. But if you want to get into the details, the one thing I really am watching for is the run game. If you could get a big game out of RJ Harvey, all of a sudden the doors start opening again. Because that's
what's a big game for you, for him?
Jeez. So, I mean, I think typically when you say big game for a running back, you say 100 yards. You know, I think that's generally kind of the benchmark. For him, the bar might be a little bit lower just because, you know, we're still working your way up. You know, it's each of the past 4 games, he's been sub 3 yards per carry, which you don't like to see. Like, you think at least at one point you break one big one that carries something to get it past 3 yards per carry. So I wonder if you take it down past 100 for that, but you're also going up against a Raiders defense that isn't that great. So you should have opportunities. Yeah. I'll just say either get to like 5-6 yards per carry or just give me like 80 yards rushing and I'll be happy either way.
I just looked up Broncos to score in every quarter, what the odds would be on that. What do you think it is?
Jeez.
Just to score, because I couldn't find touchdown.
Plus 700.
I'd take the over.
It's way less than that.
Really?
Plus 150.
Don't make that bet. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it's. But I was expecting what you guys were expecting. Right. That's why I wanted to look it up. I'm like, oh, that might be a fun bet. And you said a touchdown in every quarter, so that would probably be
more.
Plus 500.
I mean, that's at least 28 points just on those.
Right. And what's their team total at? I'm getting caught up in the weeds here. Team total's at 24.5, so it would probably be actually a lot more than that. Yeah. It's a strange one. Real quick, hit some notes before we move along. So, no DJ Jones this week. Has the ankle that flared up last week during the Raiders game. Again, in the Commanders game. That means we will be seeing some Savion Jones today, which I believe second or third time this season Savion's been in the rotation. That's a guy we've talked about a lot as a potential JFM replacement if JFM leaves in free agency. He has a big game today. That could point one direction. It goes the other way. Again, it's going to be a small sample size on that decision, but every opportunity for him, I think, is pretty big for the Broncos.
Yeah, I think DJ being out is, well, thank God it's against the Raiders, and thank God it's
right.
You know, there's nothing crazy on the line in terms of, hey, this is we got to have you play, but Broncos Broncos got so much depth
Right.
that I don't expect any drop-off. And what a great opportunity for a young player to get in and get some reps, and then also somebody we could possibly need in January. You just don't know where the depth is. I think when you sign a guy like Elijah Moore, which the Broncos did this week, I think it's also just it's a depth thing.
Right.
You know, you're getting ready for depth. You saw early in the season Marvin Mims go down and what that did to your offense. So you need somebody who is that gadget guy, somebody who can return. So Savion Jones, you know, he's going to have plenty of opportunities, and I hope he goes out there and makes plays today.
Yep. Jonah Ellis back from injury, which means no Q Robinson.
We love that because he's a football player.
We really do love that.
Just he's everywhere.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Al Wilson used to use, Alfred Williams used to use a phrase called a football playing Jesse. And I don't know what that means, but Jonah Ellis fits it. It's just a football playing Jesse right there.
Football playing Jesse. And then I think probably the final note, at least on Broncos side, no Nate Adkins still. Kind of surprising considering they didn't put him on the injured reserve, but they did move Chris Manhertz from the practice squad to the active roster. So he will be back on the field tonight after he didn't play last week. Kind of want to make the bet on the touchdown.
On the Mercedes Lewis touchdown?
Yeah.
He had no targets on the season, too.
No, I can't do it.
No. Okay.
Honestly, I want you to just so someone can have it.
Right.
But although I did just make a shit ton of money on Shador Sanders props.
Yeah.
So maybe I can get in a Mercedes Lewis touchdown.
Turn that into more money. That's what I would do. And then Raiders side, Michael Mayer, the backup tight end. He was a big-time tight end until they go and spend a first-round pick on another tight end. He's out. No Darnay Holmes, who plays quite a bit for them in the secondary. And Dante Thornton, the big speedy receiver, also out.
Not Bengals, but Raiders, they don't want to play today. This is going to be one of those first quarter games, like, hey, we're going to put it all out there, and if we start to lose, it's pretty much a wrap. I've been on teams like that. My teams in New York were like that. But we did. We played the Chicago Bears the year that Trubisky and those guys went to the playoffs. I think they went 12-4. They ended up losing to the Eagles. We beat Chicago that year. We ran a reverse pass. We faked a punt. So I could see, but we did all that in the first half to see if we were going to win, and we ended up winning that game. So Broncos got to be on high alert. Mm-hmm. The Raiders would love nothing more than to piss us off.
Yep.
And just take a win from you. So that's what they're playing for. Guys like myself are also out there playing to either get a contract for the next year or make sure you try to get invited back. So there are going to be a lot of guys out there playing extremely hard.
A couple people in the chat saying stadium's orange.
Love that.
And
shout out Cody for being in the stadium and in the chat.
There's two people actually who are in the stadium and in the chat. So shout out to both of them, including Cody.
Might as well just play us over the speakers there.
I just got to say, congratulations to the Davis family for just ruining the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders are just dead now.
They are dead.
And it actually, in a weird way, makes me sad. It used to be something to have to go into the black hole and play a football game.
Right.
It's such a great place.
And now it just means nothing.
Exactly.
It's like playing in a bowl game when you go there.
It's like Michigan hates Ohio State, but there's a joy when you're Michigan to go to Ohio State when they're all doing their stuff and then to beat them. It does. You don't
or
get
Michigan State going to Michigan.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like talking about scum though.
There we go. That's why. Yeah. Exactly. But it just kind of takes the fun out when you aren't making some grown man with his face painted and spikes on his head.
I have great memories against the Raiders in the black hole. I mean, the last time we actually played there, I believe, is the Akeem Crabtree fight. I actually scored a touchdown in that game, so it was a lot of fun. But that was crazy. I love playing against the Raiders.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
I was there for that one. I'll never forget, man. I'll never forget the feeling I had in my stomach when that all started going down with Akeem and Crabtree, because the sound in the stadium was just a sound I had never heard before. I assume the sound when a giant street fight breaks out.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And I was for a split second, I thought the fans were just going to storm the field.
Oh, especially those types of fans in Oakland.
Yes.
Right.
That was crazy. That was, I think that's the Paxton Lynch cry game.
What did he cry for?
Because he I don't know.
Because his career was over. Yeah.
He he threw a pick on the 1
he got
yard
hurt.
line.
Yeah, he got hurt. And they put
And
Trevor
then he
in.
twisted his ankle. Yeah,
Right,
and he's just
yep.
on the sidelines. I had my like zoom lens,
Oh,
and this is real inside baseball here. So I had my like super zoom lens. So I'm zooming in, not taking pictures, just to see what's going on, kind of like binoculars. And I just see Paxton Lynch crying, and I'm like,
I need to snap
damn.
this.
I'm like, damn, Paxton's crying on the sidelines. And like 2 seconds later, I see Mark Kisla, who's sitting near me, tweet it. And I was like, oh, gee. Like, now Mark Kisla knows Paxton Lynch is crying. He's going to get destroyed because I said it out loud.
yep. Yep. Is that pick 6 potentially for the
Yes.
Wow. My bets are crumbling as we speak. Luckily, the Broncos are coming. We're going to get to some of those bets. We've got, oh, yeah.
Real quick, speaking of other bad memories, and there's a reason I'm saying this one, because this
Okay.
one's actually funny. The Raiders posted the clip of, I think it was like a Christmas Eve game or something that we played against them when we touched the punt down on the 1 yard line, and then their punt returner picked it up and took it all the way back.
Yeah.
But the irony in them posting that clip is they hired the person who was responsible for
They
that
did.
Broncos special teams unit, Tom McMahon,
They did.
to be their special teams coordinator this year.
Yep. That's the
And
thing about
have since fired him.
right. There is that piece as well. That's the thing about like the social media accounts. Like sometimes they just don't quite. The person you hire doesn't
Yes.
always know the whole background of the situation. Because like if I were to run the Broncos social media account, I've got like 28 years of experience knowing Broncos things. Whereas
true.
it's like, oh, you were working for the Patriots, but you want to move to Denver. Now you have a job, and so there's only so much you can learn.
Yeah.
I love when they fall in those traps. All right, before we move along, we've got a lot to talk about. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at Aura Frames. If you haven't bought any Christmas gifts, first of all, you're like me. Second of all, Aura Frames is the answer. Aura Frames is awesome. I remember like this sort of thing kind of popped up like 10 years ago where it's like a picture frame that shows digital pictures, but the way that Aura Frame does it has just like revolutionized it and kind of taken over the entire market, which is pretty cool. First of all, it's just like super high quality. It's fun to look at. Like it feels like sharp and like a picture, but then it'll just like scroll through or it can play videos or whatever. You just control it through an app, which is super convenient. So like if I were to buy my mother one of these, I could send it to her, upload the pictures, and just change them whenever I want.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I bought one of these for my mom, and instead of like sending her, well, I still will like send her pictures, but Allie will just upload
Right.
like whatever we're doing. We're in Europe, like Allie will just start uploading pictures to the picture frame. And then my mom will send us pictures of the picture frame of her seeing the pictures.
Wow.
It'd be like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Yep.
It's great. She loves it.
Yeah, she's not alone. Every mom loves this. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code DNVR at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code DNVR. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. All right. This is a conversation that whenever we have it, we say, we got to stop having this conversation, which is the style points conversation, because it generally goes the same way. But I bring it up again because, as we've mentioned, the last game against the Raiders, maybe negative style points by the Broncos. I mean, they didn't get their first down until like 5 minutes left in the first half. They win 10-7, but the Raiders miss a kick with like 3 minutes left or whatever that would have tied it up. Again, knowing Bo Nix, they'd probably go down and score, but it was not a pretty win, and the Raiders are a really bad team.
Oh my God, it happened again.
Oh my goodness.
Another tipped Joe Burrow pick at the line of scrimmage.
Jeez.
You gotta love football.
Are we worried about how the Broncos win today?
Worried? No. But I do want them to win a specific way. I want the defense to continue to do what it does. I want the special teams to win the field position battle, and then I want consistency from the offense. And I want everybody touching the ball. I think things should be crisp. I think Bo should be on time, on target with his throws. I would like to continue to see him. The last 2 games, Bo in the intermediate passing game has been great.
Yep.
Pat Bryant, Evan Ingram, Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin. I want to continue to see that. I'd love to see another game where Evan Ingram is continuing to make plays and continuing to exploit the matchups, because there's no one out there very similar to what the Raiders are going to do. They're going to try to get Brock Bowers in space. How do we continue to see Evan Ingram in space and continuing to make plays? I would love for his connection with Bo to continue to thrive just based off of last week's performance.
So I agree with all of that. but style points mean nothing. There is no committee. There is no college football
Thank
playoff
God.
committee that you have to impress.
Imagine if there was a committee.
There is no chance that the Broncos become Notre Dame. They just have to win, and they will be in. And in fact, they just have to win, and they're going to get the number 1 seed. So however they do it, as long as they win, I do not care.
I think.
You wouldn't be a little, I wouldn't say worried, but you wouldn't be a little just disappointed if they give you another 13-7, 10-7. You'd be pissed.
I would not be pissed.
Remember, you and Sean are very much the same.
I think my takeaway from that, not to give away a potential post-game show big takeaway, is that the Raiders just happen to be a bad matchup for the Broncos for whatever reason. And the good news about that is they would never have to face the Raiders in the playoffs.
Going back to the committee thing, we'll knock on wood so we don't jinx anything. If the Broncos get the bye, one of those shows in like the bye week in the playoffs, I want to do we're the committee, and we make the NFL playoffs as a committee. So things like, does Joe Burrow, like the Bengals with Joe Burrow have been so good, do we sneak him in there as a wild card?
I see. Okay.
I think
sure.
I think committee.
I'm hoping.
I wouldn't put the Bengals in. Go ahead.
I have like I just have this. I get this sick satisfaction out of people who say the Broncos are the worst team to do X. The Broncos are the worst team to do Y. Broncos are the worst team to do Z. So I would love if they won 10-7 again and we got to see like worst team to ever have an 11-game win streak. Like,
Yep. It does feel
that'll
good.
get me
Worst
going.
Super Bowl winner ever.
Yeah, worst Super Bowl winner. That's what people say about the Nuggets.
Right.
So I
Do not care.
I watched a little bit of Sunday NFL Countdown this morning. I watched the segment where they are, I think it was towards the end where Rex Ryan is at the Baltimore Steelers game because they're celebrating the 25-year anniversary of that Ravens team. Bro, they have 5 straight games that year where their offense didn't score a touchdown. Come on.
Who was this?
The Ravens
when they
the
won.
Super Bowl winning team.
Kyle
They
Bowler.
went 5 straight
Trent
weeks
Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer.
where they
Sorry,
didn't
Trent.
score a touchdown. So
That's insane.
the Broncos are nowhere near that.
Right.
Yeah, they might as well be the 2013 Broncos
100%.
comparatively.
Yeah.
Comparatively. No, it is crazy. And I like what you said about Bo. I think if they win, sign me up. I'll take whatever form of win it is. And if I'm upset after or it's an annoying week on the podcast, people panicked about how it looked, it is what it is. Just get the win. But I would feel so much better if I saw just a couple positive signs. You know, whether it's Bo in the intermediate, where they go empty a bunch and you see how he like spreads the defense out and is making things happen. Whether it's the run game that's working or the pass, like
I want to see a Stidham fourth quarter. That's how bad I want to beat the Raiders.
oh,
yes.
do you know how much fun it would be to get on a post game show after Stidham goes like 6 of 8 for 90 yards and a touchdown?
Because the Broncos are up 42-3.
Right.
Yeah, if that happens, my take will be should have left Bowen and run it up more. But Stiddy might go in there and.
No, because you're just like Sean Payton. Remember when you
Yes.
wanted Marvin Mims out of the game?
That's true. That's true.
Right.
You're playing for January and February.
Fair. Also, Stidham might go in and put up more numbers because he actually like he's trying to maximize his opportunity. Audition for the next team.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I hope it happens. At the same time, it's December football.
Yep.
So many weird things happen. I mean, what weird things? I guess the Bengals are now down. You have the Jags blowing out the Colts. There was one other bigger-ish upset this morning. Whatever. We saw everything happen.
J.J. McCarthy looks like a first-round pick
J.J.
again.
McCarthy, yeah. That's an upset.
The Browns just fumbled, so they might give the
Shoot.
they might give the Titans their second win.
That's another
No way.
bad news one for me.
So since we've been on the show, Shador threw a pick, not great, and
Right.
then just now he completed a pass to Dylan Sampson, and he fumbled, and now the Titans have the ball first and goal.
The NFL is just the best.
It literally is the best league by far.
It literally is the best. Like I can't like all of the college football gets a bunch of attention for like there are some cool things about it.
I thought
but-
Indiana winning yesterday was pretty cool.
Pretty
it
electric.
was electric. I made a lot of money on that one too because I was just
Really?
like, well, yeah, I'm not paying the brand name fee to take Ohio State. But like that was awesome. But then the 24 straight hours or whatever it is of this team is better than this team for this reason, or what, and then the committee decides whoever they think is just such an anticlimax. It really, like,
I always say the college football is the best sport when the games are being played, the worst sport on every other day.
Right. It's totally true. But it's like, as annoying as it is to hear people say like, oh, you know, the Broncos, they're the worst team that's been right here, whatever they're saying. It sure is nice to know that none of that actually matters versus in college football where it all really does matter. Like, remember, was it Kendrick Perkins who basically took the MVP from Jokic? He was the one who had,
He started that narrative. Yeah.
Right, he started his whole narrative, and then Jokic doesn't win MVP, and you can kind of trace it all back to that, which is just so stupid. But now here we are in the NFL where it's just like,
But when it comes to
get out there
when
and
it comes
kick
to
some
the
ass.
awards, the media does kind of
They
control
do.
it.
They
Same
do.
thing probably with the College Football Playoff Committee.
Yeah, they do.
I'm surprised that Notre Dame didn't get in. I don't know how I feel about Tulane and James Madison being in the college football playoff. It bothers me a little bit, but
It's tough.
It makes me really happy that Notre Dame didn't get in.
Why?
Because I think that not playing in a conference is bullshit. And so they should be forced to join a conference, and like something like this happening will at least make a conversation happen in their athletics department. Like, hey, should we join a conference? And then they'll be like, no, we make multi-millions more money.
Right.
If we don't,
they'll
never
do it.
At the same time, though, like,
I love them getting punished for not being in it. Because like if they were in the ACC, they would have won the ACC and they'd be in.
If they were in, I honestly might pick them to win. That's my thing. Where it's like
Notre Dame, you'd pick them to win?
they'd be on that short list. Like that run game that they have and the way the defense has showed up at points, like, which is why it's hard for me. Yeah.
I hate college football so much.
Yeah. Why?
I hate the fact that the players are so good and the coaches make it so hard. Like it's no different than these guys playing on Sundays. These are the same people that play on Saturdays, and you just see a way better product. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
I love college football, but it's for all the little things, like the student sections and the rushing the field.
Oh yeah, I love
the
that.
bands.
That's
and
great.
Like, to me, it's the closest thing in terms of like fan engagement, closest thing we have to like English soccer in the way that the fans treat that sport. So that's what I love it for. But yeah, in terms of like a football product, it's miles away from the NFL.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
Yeah. It also feels like in college football, there's always a stretch where it's like, we're just going to run this out route 4 times in a row because you won't stop it.
Yeah.
Or like whatever.
There's
like
defenses that are so inferior.
Exactly.
That like you can just run them. Like there's
At
no
some
defense
point you
in the
find-
NFL that's that inferior.
Right. At some point, you just find a play where it's just like, this works and they won't adjust.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched teams run a split zone on the Buffs like 60 times in a row this year.
Right.
And you'd think they'd stop it.
You would
or
think.
they would coach it up.
Right. Or like, even if you're just a corner right there, you're just like, I know what's coming.
God,
So wait, they scored the touchdown. Oh, that was 4th. Chaos.
See, the thing is with, going back to the Broncos, teams this, not teams. Josh Allen is just one of those guys where it's just like, where you're going to have to play a guy like that.
Yep.
You are.
I will say, it makes Nick Bonito's value almost incomprehensible.
Right.
Because he's one of the only guys that plays his position that's actually fast enough to run down a Josh Allen or, like a Lamar Jackson. All these other guys, even Myles Garrett is like one of one. But like outside of him, most of these guys, like TJ Watt's not chasing down Josh Allen.
At all.
All right. Before we get out of here, some bets from our friends over at Bet365. Pre-game picks presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place bet for $5. Get $200 in bonus bets. All right. First one, Bo Nix, 250 passing yards, plus 155. You're playing the Raiders.
Let's go.
Very much on the table. Marvin Mims, 3 catches, plus 350. He's been quiet recently. I think this might be a day where even if it's just like a jet sweep would count for one of those. Finally, in 2 of his last 3 games, Geno Smith has thrown the ball at least 40 times. I think the Raiders go down. I think he throws the ball a lot. I think he throws the ball at least 40 times again. Plus 525. He's done it 2 of the last 3. I think the Broncos can get after him.
6 sacks for the boys tonight.
That's my fear.
He throws 40 times.
That's my fear, though. Is like, if you sack him too many times, he's not getting those throws off. He finishes at 38 and you have 8 sacks. That could sting. But I still like it, plus 525. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. That's going to do it for this pregame show, but we will be live for the entire game over on the other side. Oh, we have a super chat from Valley Bandit Orange Avalanche. Possible defense nickname. Let's go Broncos. Let's go DNVR. It's tough with an Avalanche already in town.
Yeah, it's true, but I don't hate it.
I certainly don't hate it. Like I said, we'll be live the entire game over there. We'll be back for a post-game show. Don't leave us. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll see you then.
God bless Bo Nix.
We all silly like the mayor.